morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What is today? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Energize Live. We have a little Boo to You playing this morning. What? Yo, what cup? What cup am I using this morning for Energize? What cup? There's so many. Which one should I use? How are you this morning? Welcome to Energize Live this morning. This is where we make magic, spooky magic, spooky magic, spooky good magic. Little BODi you music playing in the background. What cup should I use this morning? Let's see. We've just used the Hocus Pocus. We used that. Okay, let's do I have a BODi you, a large one? I do. Okay, listen, we have to do something that's, okay, who's requesting to be live in the video? Yeah, you took that off. That's good. You know better. You know who can go live on these videos. It's like, Jennifer Jacobs can go live. Elise can come on and go live. I'm very picky about who can go live in these videos. But listen, we have to give it up to one of our Energize Live community members, okay? So get ready, because you're going to do some hearts and some loves and some follows if you're not already following. But one of our community members who's really been, I feel like, guys, maybe not since the very beginning, but for a little while now, and is also one of my Compass Planner community members, Kendria. I know you just popped on, and Kendria messaged me last night with some really amazing news about winning a grant for her nonprofit, and we are all about cheering for each other, especially women cheering for other women. So this morning we're just going to give it up a little bit. We're going to cheers to Kendria when we get our Energize made, because she won a grant for her nonprofit, and the grant was given to her by a female founded company, and she's a female founded company, and so we are just celebrating that this morning. I did not get enough water, so we've got to get some more water. Also, you already know I'm going to make a mess, so I'm just going to get my little dish towel. Boo to you, and I know, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. What is that? I don't even know. People, hold on. There we go. Y'all, don't mess with me in the morning. Don't be typing weird things in the comments. Okay, so yesterday, last evening, yeah, I just put up a story that said, okay, we'll see you in the morning for Energize Live, and I said, DM me with anything that you want to talk about. Just DM me with anything that you want to talk about. And I got one comment. Like, what? So I had one comment of one person who said, I would like to know how to make healthy routines. Now, while that is a valid topic, I thought, well, isn't that what we talk about every single day on here? So that would have to be more specific for me to address that. However, today, I don't have anything specific. So I would love to know what you would like to talk about today. I need to get some more vitamin C, by the way, so we're going to do that. Like, what is something... Oh, Stephanie says, how's Jessie doing? Well, you know I can talk about my girls all day long, but hold on. And I do know that there is much discussion around wanting to see where my cups are stored. That's going to happen on my subscriber live on Friday. So if you want to see my cup collection, you're going to need to be in my inner circle. Because there's only, I mean, you know, you got to be like one of the real ones to see the cup collection. And we're going to talk about those cups on Friday for my Energize Live for my subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, then probably you should just be a subscriber, and then you'll get to see all the cups. But to answer Stephanie's question, how's Jessie doing? Jessie is living her absolute best, most amazing life. She messaged me yesterday. They were in Nassau and they decided to get off. The performers who sort of have the same shift, that are in the same space, they really hang out together. So since she spends all her time in Arendelle on the Disney Wish, for those of you that don't know, if you're new, my youngest daughter, Jessie, is a character performer on the Disney Wish. So the character performers who seem to have the same schedule, they hang out together. So the character performers who spend a lot of their time in Arendelle, which is a dining room on the Disney Wish, they all got off the ship yesterday in Nassau. And I'm like, you just have such an awesome life. So she's loving it. Thank you so much for asking. That's amazing. She's absolutely loving it. And on Friday morning, my husband and I are going over, and we are going on the ship, not for a cruise, but we get to go for a day pass on the ship. So we're going over on Friday for a day pass and get to hang out with her. We get to go to Jessie's office, the Disney Wish, on Friday, and hang out with her Friday from, for a couple hours. She's got a little block of time because the ship comes into port where it switches cruises. So one set of cruisers get off and another set of cruisers get on. And so on Friday, while that is happening, she is free. So we're going over on Friday and we get to hang out with her, and we'll get to have a tour of the ship and all that kind of stuff. And then when she gets ready to go to work, then we'll get off the ship. And really, we could do that almost any, yes, it is Bring Your Parents to Work Day. That's the funniest. Yes, that's exactly right. It's Bring Your Parents to Work Day. So she's bringing, that's the funniest thing ever. She's bringing her parents to work on Friday. So we'll get to see where she works. We'll get to see the restaurant and the theater and all the places where she works. We'll get a tour of the ship. And then really we could do that any Friday that she's in port. So we are cruising as a family, JB and I and Jenna and Josie, in December. So we won't do a cruise before then. We want our first actual on the ship cruise to be together as a family. We didn't want to do, JB and I didn't want to do something before the other two daughters. We really want to do the first cruise on the Wish with Jessie performing as a family. So we're not going before then, even though really, we could. It was really important to us that we did our first cruise on the Disney Wish with Jessie performing, all of us together as a family, and experienced it all together as a family. So we're doing that in December. And then we'll probably do some other cruises, just JB and I, in the spring, just some little 3-day weekends and go over and see her perform, because clearly I have to see her perform more than once, right? Okay, hold please. Kendria, cheers to you. Delicious. Okay. Jen Trozzi, this seems like a little bit of a rogue comment, so we're just gonna take care of that. Okay. All right, so we've got a kind of a little bit of an open forum, except for people that I've already removed. Like, come on. Don't play. Listen, okay, let me tell you this story. When I was teaching group exercise in the Y, we were in this big gym. So we had to move out of the group exercise room and into the gym because I had such a large class. So Sandra Arbuckle just joined, and she remembers. Sandra knows because she took my classes at the Y. So we had to move out of the group exercise room and we had to go into the gym because my classes were so big. And it literally was the family gym. Don't even get me started. And the door when you came in had like a side glass pane to it. Okay. So, and then there's also a glass, situation on the door. And people could come up to the door and they would look in that glass pane and they would and they would watch. Listen, I am very territorial protective of my people. I am very protective of my people. I'm very protective. If you are my people, I'm very protective of you. So like if you are part of Sparta Nation, I am protective of you. If you're in my Compass Planner group, like once you've committed, I'm very protective of you. So sometimes people would come up to that door and they would look and they would watch my classes. And I'm like, it is hard enough for someone to commit to moving their body, to get in their car and drive to the Y and walk into a room and me turn on really loud music and tell you to move your body in a certain way. It is hard enough for women to do all of that. The last thing we need are people looking at us, right? So the minute someone would come over there, I'd walk over and go, hi, can I help you? And they're like, I'm just watching. I'm like, nope, we're not going to do that. Either you join or you move along. Like I was just that abrupt with them. Like, don't play. Like, you're not standing at the window and watching women work out. Hard no. Okay. So that's how I feel about Energize Live as well. Like, we're on here having deep, powerful, awesome discussions. You don't get to come on here and make rando, weird comments. You're either in the Energize Live community and you're engaged and you're listening and you're part of us and you get us and you're with our vibe, or you're not. You don't get to come on and go, do you think da-da-da-da-da, or what do you think about or or what? You're either with us or you're not with us, and that's it. So, okay, someone did just ask me a question. Can I discuss more on Autumn's new healthy obsession? So, great question, Heather. So let's go back to the beginning. Let me go back to the beginning. 2 platforms right now, okay? One is called Beachbody On Demand. One is called Beachbody On Demand Interactive, right? Right, Kay? Like, I don't play around. So Beachbody On Demand is where programs are. So think of Insanity Max 30, 80-Day Obsession, P90X, Lift More that I just finished, Sweat and Sculpt that I've been doing. Like, programs are over here on Beachbody On Demand. Over here on Beachbody On Demand Interactive are live classes, fresh new content every day, and then all that goes into a library. Also meditations, really short workouts, we call them fivers, or like yesterday I did a 15-minute flexibility. So just think of like content, so much content, and it's live or pre-recorded and all goes into a library. So really you're working with these 2 different libraries. BOD, Beachbody On Demand, Beachbody On Demand Interactive. In March next year, everything is combining into one. Everything is combining into one. So you have one platform. And because of that, we're kind of gearing people up for that. And starting November 7th, there's a program coming out called Healthy Obsession, and that is what Heather is asking about. There's a program coming out called Healthy Obsession, and it's going to live over here on the Beachbody On Demand Interactive platform, because come March, everything is over there. Everything is over there. So if you've got some familiarity with these and you've got questions specifically about these, then keep those coming or put them in the question box. So this program over here called Healthy Obsession is a take on Autumn's super popular 80-Day Obsession program, which came out a few years ago, and it's going to live over here on the Beachbody On Demand Interactive. They're actually taping them right now. They're taping and recording the workouts right now. They will launch on November 7th. And they will run in 3 weeks, a 3-week block, and then a week for functional recovery. So you'll have 3 weeks, 5 days a week of hour-long workouts. Now don't roll your eyes, because 80-Day Obsession was 80 days of hour-long workouts, 6 days a week. And who on here did 80-Day Obsession? Over and over and over and over again, I hear 80-Day Obsession. I hear 2 things. Insanity Max 30 and 80-Day Obsession were the 2 programs that changed their life or changed their business. So don't be like, oh my God, I can never do that. Really? Because if you go back, that's one of our top selling programs ever. So over here is Healthy Obsession, launches on November 7th, 3 weeks, 5 days a week, hour-long workouts. And then in that 4th week will be functional recovery, and there'll be 2 or 3 workouts, and then you'll have the opportunity to try some other stuff. Okay, that will be the flow for the body blocks that are coming in 2023. 3 weeks of like rah, and then a week of functional recovery, and then 3 weeks of like rah, and then a week of functional recovery. And those body blocks will exist over on BODi, and everything merges into one. I don't know if that's the best explanation. I feel like I need a visual. I feel like I need a PowerPoint. It's got these two graphics over here and then they merge into one. Now, I want you to listen very closely to the word I did not use. I did not use the word replace. I used, very intentionally, because that's what it is, merge. The two platforms are just merging into one, so that instead of what's on BOD or what's on BODi, it's just one platform, right? It's just one platform. So that's what's happening. And on November 7th, How the Obsession drops. So here's the deal. There are probably people in this world who still use DVDs. Knock it off, okay? It's 2022. We're in the digital age. Get into digital, okay? Knock it off with the DVDs. Knock it off with the VHS. Knock it off with the DVDs. I will talk to people, sometimes who'll say, I'm still doing 21 Day Fix. Y'all, that program came out in 2015. Knock it off. We have so many programs, and you're doing nothing to improve. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. Moving in some way is better than moving in no way. But if you're still doing a program that came out 7 years ago, what in the actual F are you doing? Knock it off. So what you want to do now, before November 7th, is if you have Beachbody On Demand, you need to upgrade so that you have both, because you want to be doing Healthy Obsession, and frankly, you just want to be moving into to this century and getting over here where you can have access to all of these programs, because that's where your shorter workouts are, that's where your meditation is, that's where nutrition is, like everything's over here on BODi, okay? So between now and November 7th, you want to be upgrading and getting over there. And then you want to be doing Healthy Obsession so that you get used to this 3-week on, 1 week of functional recovery, 3 week on, 1 week of functional recovery. And the science has shown that increases consistency. That when you think in terms of 21 days, like I'm going to go hard for 21 days and then I'm going to get a week of functional recovery, where I get to stay on my path, but maybe not be so, for lack of a better word, grindy on my path, that we stay more consistent. And then you've given yourself a little bit of time to recover, and then you start that 3-week block again, and you're like, grind, let me go. And then you have a little bit of functional recovery, and then you grind again. And science shows that 21 days, there's something kind of magical about that 21 days, that it increases consistency. So when you think about that, November 7th, you've got 21 days. That takes you through the end of November, and then we'll move into December. What I will do for my clients and my coaches is put together a specific calendar for December, and then we'll move into a new program called Sure Thing, which is coming out, and that again will be a BODi block, 3 weeks on, 1 week functional recovery, 3 weeks on, 1 week functional recovery, and then we'll just keep moving into the BODi blocks, which are planned through the end of 2023. Now let me say this really clearly. Once you get into BODi, and if you have BODi and you haven't upgraded, when you get off this live, you're going to do that right now. I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't want to hear one word about it. No, you are going over to upgrade right now, because you're getting into the year 2022. You are getting into this century. Okay, so you're going to go do that. On BODi, like y'all, it's mind-blowing. Because we talk so much about decision fatigue on here. We talk so much about being just exhausted from all the decisions that we have to make. And we talk so much about, I just can't stay consistent. I need to be motivated. Knock it off. Because I'm giving you a solution to that. Starting November 7th, from November 7th, all the way through till December 2023, there is a literal calendar for every single month that you can follow. Meaning, you've just taken off the question, what do I do for my workout? Let me just wander around and waste time and then not actually get anything done and then wonder why I'm not getting any results. I don't know what I'm doing. You've taken all of that off the table and freed up your bandwidth for other things that you need to think about in your life. literally starting November 7th, all the way through December 2023, you have a calendar every single month of BODi workouts. You don't have to think about what you are doing for your workout. Every morning you get up, you open up that calendar, and you're like, oh, today I'm doing this. Okay, cool, and that's what I'm doing. Oh, today. And within BODi, you've got some freedom to choose. So it's the best of both worlds, because you're going to get, you need to do a strength. Here are some suggestions. So you know you're doing a strength. You don't have to worry about that. You get to kind of choose, oh, I have a favorite trainer. I want to stick with this trainer. And you get to choose as well as explore. It's literally the best of both worlds, starting November 7th till the end of December 2023. Do not come to me and say, I just don't know how to stay motivated. I just can't stay consistent. When I'm telling you, there is a tool that is literally designed to keep you motivated and consistent. There is a tool designed to keep you motivated and consistent. And of course, when you are aligned with a coach, you're likely in their community, like my Sweat Nation. And so now you've got people who are also on that same journey. Do not come at me and go, I can't stay motivated. I can't stay consistent. There's just too much. I can't think about it. No, there is a tool that is designed to help you stay consistent and on track, knowing that every day is not going to be your best workout, but every day you can move your body in some way. The calendar is designed for you all the way through to December 2023. I don't know what more you want. We've just taken the overwhelm out of health and fitness. Literally. We've just taken the overwhelm out of health and fitness. So, Heather, I hope that answered a little bit of your question around what is healthy obsession. And I hope that was a decent sort of visual or explanation of BOD and BODi. I hope that helps you understand what it is. I want you to make sure you really understand there's no replacing happening. It's a merge that's happening. It's a merge. Because I feel like, as someone who is partnered with Team Beachbody, now Team BODi, sometimes it's like, well, okay, here's this platform, and I'm trying to explain to people. I don't want to explain to people. One platform, streamlined. And you need to be using BODi because you're going to get fresh new content all the time. Fresh new content. So I love Joel Freeman as a trainer. I really, really like him as a trainer. I finished Lift More, but I really enjoy Joel's style of training, really enjoy him as a trainer. I also really enjoy Megan Davies as a trainer. I enjoy Jennifer Jacobs as a trainer. These are trainers that I really enjoy. But once I finish their program, frankly, I don't want to just go back and do the program again. I can go over to BODi, which will soon in March just be one, and they've got all kinds of live classes that they've done that are now in the library. So I get to continue to train with my favorite trainers, but it's fresh new content. What? Are you understanding this? Do you understand how big that is? So if you loved 21 Day Fix back in 2015, do you know that Autumn has been over on BODi doing all kinds of fresh new content since we started BODi? And you could have been working out with her with fresh new content this entire time, right? And then especially starting on November 7th. And then from then till the end of the year, you've got a plan. So if you haven't upgraded to BODi, you need to. If you don't have BODi, you need to get it. If you don't have a coach, let's talk, because